So you guys had some predisposed notions of what you hoped. To tell me where we're at in the deployment life cycle. Were you able to do things a little faster, cheaper, better? That's what everybody wants from a solution. Lisa, I know, again, when you were off, you mentioned, Rob, IT projects are never done, but have you been able to see the value that you would have expected going in?
Oh, without fail, yes. I mean, I've got executives that are excited about dashboards. In fact, for Q3, again, Kim and I, only using screenshots from the dashboards for our quarterly HR dashboards.
Wow.
And we're kind of like kids in a candy store, you know, so the quarterly dashboard got a bit long, but we were so excited to show our executive team all of the different things you could now look at. And it did not backfire. I thought it might, but they were so excited that I actually had the CFO reach out to me and say, hey, can I get access to the dashboards because I really want to get in there myself and play around.
Wow.
So I've set up a meeting to, you know, give her a tour and show her around next week in the system. But yeah, I thought I was a bit worried, you know, that we overwhelmed the executive team with all the dashboard information that we give them, but it helped us to like, no, give us more, you know, help us understand better what's going on in our business.
What they want more and more and more. I was going to say, and Rob, you're our data guy, and so I know that, you know, there's so much data in an organization, and I think that's one thing people are daunted by, because data, you know, I ask people a lot, you know, where do you keep your data? Well, we have everything in Oracle, we have everything in Workday, we have everything in SAP. Really, what about your recruiting data? Oh, well, we use another system for that. But they don't connect the dots that that's really another data source. It doesn't have to be a full-on ERP system. It could be data in a spreadsheet, right? So once we're able to kind of break through like we have with you and with Lisa, and you can see that data can be a spreadsheet, data can be another file system, it can be another application, but if it helps tell a more complete story and we can bring it into our application, we can really accelerate the use of HR metrics. And these are some of the things you guys have all been telling me about, but are there others, Rob, that you can talk about that are, you know, on the roadmap of things people are asking for?
Well, you know, just going back to what Lisa kind of says, it's like my experience again has been anything when I've built the other dashboards and these dashboards as well, when people can actually get their hands on it and play with it, it's hard to pull them away from it because they have so much information at their fingertips now that they never had, and they can look at it the way they want to, not the way that we get a report run to them and put it in front of them when they go down, look at the bottom number. They can look at it any way. But yeah, we're you know, we've had some conversations on, you know, we did some modifications. That's another thing I just want to throw out there real quick is it is very easy to modify things within the dashboards if you want to, you know, change something or a way a chart looks, or you want to do something like that. You know, like in our case, you know, one of the things we threw out is like when we look at absences, days didn't really work for us because we don't store our shifts anywhere. So the calculation for the days didn't make sense. So we converted those charts from days to hours. But one of the things we are kind of looking at is some of the like the medical data that the HR group looks at now, because we're self-insured, so they get information back from the person that manages it. You know, we're actually looking at potentially getting some of those files when they get them in, loading them into some more tables, and then bolting that on to this information so they can start looking at, you know, medical costs and things like that to, you know, to evaluate some of those things. So just kind of touch on your point, Tom, is like, you know, one of the things I try to do whenever we push one of these new systems out to these people is just tell them that we can take any data you got as long as we can get to it, whether it's in a spreadsheet, whether it's sitting in a different system, as long as we can get a connector to it, which I'll provide all the different connectors, we can pull things in. And even those disparate data sources, we can put things on your HR dashboard that pertain to you, even if they don't come out of EBS, where our HR system. So the sky's the limit, really. It's just, and I think the more people, when they look at it, they start thinking, and if you can get them thinking outside that box, then it really opens up what's possible.